Good evening. Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. Welcome to PMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Bahrain ranked one of the safest places in the world. Education Minister congratulated teachers on World Teachers' Day. The average monthly pay for expatriates and Kuwaitis increased in the first 6 months of this year. Dubai Indian Consulate announced online booking for attestation services. 3 physicists shared Nobel Prize for work on quantum science.
News in detail. Bahrain ranked one of the safest places in the world. Bahrain has been ranked one of the safest places in the world, with the country's disaster preparedness earning a spot amongst the top 10 according to the World Risk Report. The report has been published by Bündnis Entwicklung Hilfe, a German alliance of not-for-profit organizations, and the Institute for International Law of Peace and Armed Conflict at Ruhr University, Bochum. Education Minister congratulated teachers on World Teachers' Day. Education Minister Dr. Majid bin Ali Al Nuaimi has affirmed the advanced status enjoyed by teachers in Bahrain and thanked His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa for the unwavering support for education. He praised the major role played by Bahraini teachers throughout history and their success in preparing generations of students who are capable of contributing effectively to the kingdom's comprehensive development. In a statement marking the World Teachers' Day, observed worldwide every October 5th, Dr. Al Nuaimi lauded the constant support of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, for the educational march in the kingdom, given the importance of education as an essential pillar of development and progress. On the occasion, the Education Minister extended congratulations to all teachers, commending their role in spreading knowledge and promoting the values that cement the national identity. The National Communications Center warns of fake correspondence targeting electoral process. The National Communications Center has denied the authenticity of the fabricated correspondence regarding the electoral process, saying that it is an attempt to distort the upcoming elections and question their integrity and to incite public opinion. The National Communications Center called on the public not to be drawn into such unsuccessful attempts to undermine the electoral system prescribed by the Constitution and regulated by national laws in all fairness and transparency. Supreme Council for Health Secretary General elected co-chair of Joint Learning Network for Universal Health Coverage. The Joint Learning Network for Universal Health Coverage has elected, during its meeting in Seattle in the USA, the Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Health, Ibrahim Ali Al Nawakda, as a co-chair of the network, which is a global think tank in universal health coverage. Al Nawakda was also chosen as head of the technical committee concerned with developing and evaluating the program's technical requirements, which aim to enable countries to implement universal health coverage according to international standards. President of Maldives started visit to Bahrain today. The President of the Republic of Maldives, Ibrahim Mohammed Saleh, arrived today on a visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain. The Royal Court announced in a statement, President Saleh will hold talks with His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on bilateral relations binding the two friendly countries, in addition to regional and international developments. In the statement, the Royal Court welcomed President Saleh and the accompanying delegation, wishing him a good stay in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Justice Minister participated in GCC meeting. Minister of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments, Nawaf bin Muhammad Al Mawada, chaired Bahrain's delegation at the 32nd meeting of the GCC Ministers of Justice, which is being held in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, with the participation of GCC Secretary General Dr. Naif Fallah Mubarak Al Hajraf. The meeting addressed numerous topics pertaining to the judicial and legal field. The GCC Ministers of Justice issued recommendations to be referred to the Ministerial Council in its next session. National Health Regulatory Authority held Health Regulatory Conference and Exhibition. The National Health Regulatory Authority Conference featured a series of workshops for employees, authorities and investors working in and around the health and medical sector in Bahrain. The second Health Regulatory Conference and Exhibition was held under the patronage of the Chairman of the Supreme Council of Health Chairman, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. The conference discussed enhancing the effectiveness and sustainability of the health system in the kingdom. The conference focused on exchanging regional and global expertise with an emphasis on the field of medical licenses and their requirements. The three-day conference acknowledged the importance of the workshops and the discussion of important topics, including medical errors, procedures for registering and licensing medicines, medical supplies, and perennial medical training. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or 33856330 or 33542530.
ഇത് വലിയ ബാഡല്ല വെച്ചോട്ടെ.
Welcome back. World's most walkable city designed to provide net zero lifestyle. Plans for the world's most walkable city have been announced. A flower-shaped metropolis designed to reduce vehicular access and maximize safe walking areas. A planned sustainable community in Kuwait called Egg Zero will offer 100,000 residents a net zero carbon lifestyle in balance with nature. The central area is surrounded by a series of hubs, each dedicated to educational, recreational, and medical facilities. UAE-based designer URB says the city will provide food and energy security while promoting a green circular economy in a destination for green living, working, and tourism. Kuwait maids' offices shut as victims file complaint for fraud. In the midst of the domestic labor shortage crisis that the country is currently facing, many citizens became victims of multiple frauds when some owners of domestic labor offices announced new contracts for female workers from the Philippines and at discounted prices compared to the rest of the offices, taking advantage of the citizens' needs and luring them. They ended up filing hundreds of complaints with Public Authority for Manpower, which responded by closing some offices and revoking their licenses. PAM has taken legal measures against some domestic labor offices after some citizens filed complaints against them, and the office had failed to remain committed to their terms and conditions of providing a domestic worker. The average monthly pay for expatriates in Kuwait is increased in the first 6 months of this year. Expatriates saw their monthly wages increasing by 5 dinars on average, reaching KD 343 by the end of June, compared to KD 338 at the end of last December. Kuwaiti's monthly pay, meanwhile, increased by around KD 22 during the same period, with the average monthly wages rising from KD 1,491 at the end of December to around KD 1,513 at the end of June. According to unidentified official figures, a Kuwaiti government employee earned KD 1,555 per month on average at the end of June against KD 1,539 at the end of December. The average monthly pay for a Kuwaiti private sector employee rose from KD 1,255 to KD 1,297 during the same period. Dubai Indian Consulate announced online booking for attestation services. The Consulate General of India in Dubai announced an online appointment system for its attestation services. The system will be effective from October 10th. The attestation services for the Indian and foreign nationals are outsourced by the Consulate to SGIVS Global Commercial Information Services. In a statement on Monday, the Consulate said the online appointment booking system is being introduced to streamline the process of attestation services. The applicant can now book the appointment online to submit their application at the SGIVS Global Commercial Information Services for attestation services. From October 10th, the applications with appointment confirmation emails matching their ID proof will be entertained and no walk-ins will be allowed except emergency cases. UAE government promotes digital transformation. The Office of the United Arab Emirates Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence, Digital Economy and Remote Work applications signed with Cisco, Global Networking Collaboration and Cybersecurity Leader, a collaboration framework expanding Cisco's country digital acceleration program in the UAE. The Memorandum of Understanding aims to enhance work models between government entities and private companies by designing and launching several key initiatives, boosting the UAE's digital transformation vision and accelerating the development of the nation's digital economy. WAM reported. Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence Omar Sultan Al Ulama highlighted the UAE government's keenness on enhancing and promoting PPTs with leading companies around the world, saying driving collaborations with the private sector is one of the key pillars to execute the UAE's strategy in developing the digital sector, which aims to double the contribution of the digital economy to the country's non-oil GDP by 2031 and create a proactive leading future. Three physicists shared Nobel Prize for work on quantum science. Three scientists jointly won this year's Nobel Prize in Physics on Tuesday for their work on quantum information science that has significant applications. For example, in the field of encryption, Frenchman Alain Aspect, American John S. Clauser, and Austrian Anton Zeilinger were cited by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences for discovering the way that unseen particles such as photons or tiny bits of matter can be linked or entangled with each other even when they are separated by large distances. It all goes back to a feature of the universe that even baffled Albert Einstein and connects matter and light on a tangled, chaotic way. Clauser, 79, was awarded his prize for a 1972 experiment that helped settle a famous debate about quantum mechanics between Einstein and famous physicist Niels Bohr. Einstein described a spooky action at a distance that he thought would eventually be disproved. India logs 2,468 new COVID cases and 17 deaths in last 24 hours. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.32% and the weekly positivity rate at 1.32% according to the Health Ministry. India recorded 2,468 new coronavirus infections, while the active cases declined to 33,318, the Union Health Ministry said on Wednesday. The death toll climbed with 17 more fatalities, which included 9 deaths reconciled by Kerala. Data updated by the Ministry at 8 a.m. stated the active cases comprise 0.07% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate increased to 92.74%, the ministry said. A decline of 1,280 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 case count in a span of 24 hours, it said. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.32% and the weekly positivity rate at 1.32% according to the ministry. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.